All right, nothing fancy, just pop, pop, pop. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy.
I
We
was
got a
waiting
lot of
for
stuff.
the lead in, man. You spoiled me after the last one.
I know I couldn't think of anything for this one, but I was like, we got so much stuff to talk about, so we might as well just jump into this. No
Hit the
foreplay.
intro music. Hit the intro music.
No. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 103 of the Hangout. My name is Paige, and I'm joined by two of my best friends, the two Corys. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I know you guys could be anywhere tonight, but you guys are here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Wow. How was everyone weekend? Good? Good?
Good
Yeah.
weekend. Good weekend.
Mm.
Why do
Mm-hmm.
weekends go so fast? The rest of the week doesn't seem to go that way, but the weekend sure blows by real quick.
Yeah. Oof, gosh, man. Uh, I know you guys were working and stuff like that, man. I appreciate you keeping me abreast of everything that was going on, man. That whole MegaCon thing was busy.
You had a great weekend.
It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
You told Katie I said hi.
Yeah, I did. I told her, Rosario, Cherry Taste didn't really. He was like, "Who? What?" And then I told him, I was like, "You know," and he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We did a couple movies together." So I was like,
Rubbing
yeah,
elbows
yeah.
with
Yeah.
celebrities.
Man, dude, it was so much fun, man. I wanted to talk about that. We'll jump into that here in a second. But ah, we already did the intro, so really quick, just let everyone know the program that you're about to watch is 100% original content. Yeah, none of these segments were taken from anybody's other content creators or anything like that. Any of the information that is you hear on here in whole or in part is all original content. Like I said, this show is Chat GPT and AI free. That's right. No digital enhancements necessary. How do you guys feel about that? I saw a guy. I saw a guy the other day, and he was typing something in. I think that what was it? Eminem. Somebody made Eminem do a cat rap, and I saw a guy. He wrote his term paper. He said write about I don't know the French Revolution in 2,000 words, and it did it all for him.
Jeez.
And so I'm sitting there thinking, how is this going to work with content creators? Because
Yeah,
you're not really getting an AI person do all the work for you.
slippery slope.
I know, right? Oh God, they did everything, video, your all the dialogue, all that shit. I just saw it. I was like, oh crap.
Yep.
Hello, Paul. Appreciate you being here. What's good? What's good? Have a good night tonight. So like I said, all original content. Mm. This show is properly titled "Lessons Learned" because I'm sure there was probably a lot that happened this weekend. I kind of dipped in and out, and like I said, I was thanking you guys for keeping me aboard on that. But I was looking at some of this stuff, and I know that we probably talked about a lot of this stuff before. And some of this is kind of late development. I added it on a little bit, so if we don't get to that hot topic that you want to talk about right at the moment, don't worry about it. It will be talked about. But any news and notes? Anything major for you guys? Anything? Nothing? CC, did you have anything?
No. No.
No? They're so excited to talk about this. I I forced them to do this. All right, well, let's go. Let's jump into this really quick. Boom. News and notes. Ghost Rider that got charged, not today, but the other day. So Ghost Rider was charging, and it actually moved into the shipping queue. So we might be seeing something from this maybe in about a week or two. I would see. You never know if it's coming out of Fife. I'm pretty sure somebody will get it. Excuse me, randomly, and then we'll all see what's going on with that. So be prepared with that. Transition. MegaCon. Really quick. Got to brag about this a little bit. MegaCon. That was in Orlando this week. This is a big convention. They get a lot of stars. If you're into Star Wars, they were there. They had most of the voice actors from like the Clone Wars and all the Star Wars series. They had actors from The Mandalorian. They had a couple of Netflix people like John Bernthal, Charlie Cox, Sam Raimi. That was the first guy that I went to go see, and I took my Ash and had him sign that. I thought it was really cool. Really nice guy.
What do you think?
I'm sorry.
What did he think about Ash? I mean, like, did he make any comments about it, or?
No, man. I'm wondering sometimes when these guys sign this stuff if they actually know. Do you know? Like I handed it to him. He looked at it for a second, and then he just kind of looked at me and was like, "How you doing?" And we had a little conversation real quick, talked about some of his work, and then I saw the line behind me, and I left.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but he didn't. It's not like he went like, "Oh, what is this?" or anything.
Okay.
I don't think any of them did.
Really?
They said, well, Charlie Cox. What's the statute of limitations on this? I already said it anyway. So Charlie Cox, I had two of them, and they were selling tickets. I only bought one ticket. I went back to buy another one, and they sold out completely.
Oh, wow.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to show you. Oh, that was a little makeup thing that they had going on. That was first day. I'm out of order on this, but this is all the line. That's what it looked like.
Jesus Christ.
That's for all of these. You know, they had the screencast there and everything, but every line was pretty much like this on Saturday. So it was all sold out. So I went to go get a ticket. It wasn't available. I had one of them. I walk up and the lady's like, "How many items do you have?" I said, "Well, I have two." And she goes, "Where's your ticket?" And I hear her. She goes, "Okay, you got one." And I'm like, "Shit," you know? So I walk up to him and he's really nice. We talked about, he's like, "Well, what's your name?" I was like, "My name is Paige." And he's laughing. He goes, "Ah, that's ironic." I go, "Yeah, it's funny, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I know Paige." And so he's like, he signs it and I'm walking away and we're talking for a little bit. And then he goes, "What's that one?" And I show him and I go, this is the red suit version of your character. And he's like, do you want me to sign that one too? And I was like, Ann gets me all the time with this. Like when I say, like, sometimes I have a honesty complex sometimes. I'm like, "Oh, that I didn't scan, I didn't pay for that." And I was like, Ann was in my head. And I said, hell yeah. And I
Nice.
gave it to him. Yeah, he signed it. And
That's
so
awesome.
so that was the only guy that kind of like looked and asked what something was, but
Okay.
he's a really nice guy, man. And then I gotta say this. So you see him here, right?
Hmm.
This John Barenthal, this Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
So his flight came in late and he was supposed to be there at 5 and sign till 7. And I was working, so I couldn't get to him in time, but I passed by him to see if he could do it. But they said, just come back later and we'll get you later. And so I'm like, okay, because he was busy trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So at 7 o'clock, they were going to stop it. And he had this, not this kind of line, but he had a pretty big line. And so he knew he was late. And so he said they were going to cut it off. And he goes, "No, if they're in line," he goes, "I'll sign their stuff." So he worked until 7 signing autographs, right? Then he took some of these people in the line, went upstairs, and just sat at a table and signed their stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I was like, holy crap. So I know they get paid for it. So this is a line like Charlie Cox, John Parenthal. That's the line. That guy does not look pleased.
Mhm.
And that was day 2. He looked
Okay.
cool. He's just like, yeah, he got Punishered out on that one. I think he knew he was going to be. So there was a bunch of stuff there, kid. You know, it was a good thing. But probably the best part about all of this, man, was, and this is like the horror thing. They had a bunch of people there, like creative people there, and it was really cool to soak all that stuff in, man. I know that there was a lot of stuff going on with all the Mezco stuff and everything like that, but it was cool to be around a bunch of creative people, and then also people that just wanted to be there and enjoy everything. You know, you
Yeah.
get kind of wrapped up in all this toxic stuff, and so it was cool to be around good people and people who were just wanting to have fun. So that's a foundation for the show.
Yeah.
And then this guy was here. We all know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's Charlie Cox right there. Because the trailer came out. What'd you guys think about the trailer?
Can't wait.
Spider-Man 2. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
CC, what'd you think?
I'm looking forward to this one. It should be really good. I mean, I had really enjoyed the first one, so it's got a lot of expectations to live up to.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When I saw the first trailer, I was kind of nervous because you know you're like, there's an expectation. I'm like, are they gonna be able to top it? And man, I was like, holy crap, this looks good. Jeez, man. We had the trailer, and then next, I think we had this. We talked about this. This was originally called something else. What was it? The Halloween.
Yeah.
What was it?
Wait 1 second, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So this was the Halloween something, and then they changed it. I think it was like Halloween 2022 or something like that. It was something, but this is bursted on the scene, and everybody is talking about this thing right now. And it looks really good. I guess they got to their final prototype, and this is it. So for everybody that was looking for something to kind of substitute for that Spirits of Vengeance, I guess here you go. And they showed this last night. I guess this is the USB port.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what actually powers up the lights. And I think initially, they said that you were going to have this plugged in and have the lights on. Do you know what I mean? So you'd have a cord out of there, but you'd have to hide it with angles. And it does fit Mezco figures. But here's another side shot. But I'm trying to get to the lights. The lights will light up these flame effects. And the one from the engine. But yeah, so that gas tank had a wire, and it would light up these lights for you. Inside, light up, I think as well. But those lights, from what I understand, like I said, it was supposed to have that plug in there. And now what they're doing is there was an update. I think Joey had talked to him about it, but they're going to try to work it into the car where there's like a little battery, and you just plug it up that way. That way you don't have that big wire hanging out of it. You know what I mean? But this looks cool, man. I think I'm sold on it. I think I'm gonna grab one. What about you guys?
Definitely.
I think MC's got 3 coming, don't you? 1 for each style.
You get the Dukes of Hazzard one too, the one that they didn't want to call Dukes of Hazzard, but
Stickers come from a separate facility.
yeah. I remember as a kid, I think later on I knew about it, but it never bothered me. The General Lee stuff, the Rebel flag.
The show about nothing.
I always used to watch it when it would make the jump, and I would watch when it lands, and I go, "Ooh, there go the axles right there." Yeah, so Marvel did. I'm not too sure. Did you guys hear about this? Marvel buying back the rights to Spider-Man? No. I don't know about that.
I didn't hear anything about it. I mean, it would be pretty big news, but the last news I heard that wasn't there rumors that they were talking about getting Tobey Maguire or one of the other Spider? What was it? Tom Holland, right? Tom Holland.
Andrew Garfield. Like I thought they were trying to get Andrew Garfield his own movie too.
Because I thought one of them they're talking about getting into the next Venom movie or something. So I think Sony still has a lot of plans for Spider-Man from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing. I think we'd all rather see Marvel do it than Sony at this point. Track record for track record.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that stuff, man. Like they do a really, really good job.
Looking forward to Morbius too.
Yeah. Somebody said they have a live. In-hand critic sent a message and said that they are actually doing a in-hand live of the Ramen Racer. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Don't leave here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay. Well, it's all on. It's all in the database. You watch it whenever you want. It's okay.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to leave and come back, whatever. I don't care about that stuff anyway. I'm not trying to steal anybody's people. So let's get into it. I can feel the tension. We'll just get into it really quick. So, putting a different spin on this, right? Let's talk about what happened this weekend.
What happened?
I don't know. MegaCon? No. But,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back off.
She was nice, man. I'll tell you guys offline about that.
Mm.
So in a little segment we'll call Lessons Learned. Right? Right. Because some stuff happened this weekend. Everybody, when I was there, I got a couple of messages. Of course, happens every single time. What are you supposed to do, Paige? Remove it. One day, man, one day it'll happen. I'm telling you.
That's what episode 200 is for.
I'm just gonna have somebody. They'll sit there and they'll take care of it.
First 199 are just practice.
Yeah. But so I got a message and somebody said, "Oh yeah, it's in hand." And I remember we talked about this before. And you remember we said, whoever the first person that gets this in hand is gonna have just a time, right? It was gonna be, yeah. And so this stuff it got in hand and everybody jumped on it, right?
Yeah.
And I think, I totally missed the Storm Shadow pre-order. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, so everybody got this thing in hand, and of course, people start posting pictures. And the first pictures, of course, like we talked about before, they were kind of blown out and everything. When you guys first saw this, what did you guys think? Did you think, this is going down like we thought it was going to go down, or?
Well,
Cece, what do you think, Cece?
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, I felt like it kind of played out exactly like we kind of thought it would, and it kind of played out almost exactly like every Mezco release does. It seems like everyone's so quick to draw a conclusion, based on someone else's pictures or video, or which is just, I don't know, it's a little different.
Yeah. MC, what'd you think?
yeah, I mean, I hold my judgment until I get it in hand, because I think that's fair. Because some people take really, really good pictures and some people don't. So yeah, I figured it was going to get roasted right away until some people actually got it in hand. Multiple people, and I think the good outweighs the bad eventually. So
it's always good to wait till you get it in hand.
Yeah. So as all this stuff was unfolding, all I could think of was like the stuff that we talked about with the resolution shit, the stuff. And then I was like, I don't want to beat this into the ground. I was like, I'll separate it into like just a couple of topics. So the topics I wanted to talk to you guys about was in-hand images, communication, toxic positivity. Is there such a thing? Yeah. Reviewers, and the community. These are things that I just saw that were just kind of like stuck out to me the most. And so the in-hand images thing, that was probably the first thing. So we all know like the first one that's always going to come out, unless it's by one of these, one of the influencers or the, top tier guys or something like that. We all know that that's always going to be a little bit less than what the community expects, right? So when I saw all these people talking about this stuff, I couldn't help but think, what would happen if they were in that position? And so through all of this, I'm wondering, do you think like the community has a better idea now of what it would take to be a content creator or reviewer? Because I saw it didn't happen till later, and you could always tell the difference. But those first couple images that came out by people, obviously they got panned by the community. At first, people were focused on the figure, and then they started focusing on the person. But then you start getting good people taken out. So I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish they would give me this figure and I would showcase it and stuff." It's like, it's not that easy. And so I'm wondering if some people have a better idea about this now. Do you think, or no?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I really don't. It to me, it's not something that everyone can do. There's some people that are good at it. There's some people that just aren't. There's some people that are great at it, and to me, kind of set the bar. It's just not something for everything. And to me, it's almost to the point where it's just too many out there. I'll be honest.
Too many reviewers or photographers?
I would say too many wannabe reviewers. Photographs are great, there's great. Very rarely do I come across what I would consider a bad photograph. And I always like when people share that. But when you start spending the time to put out a 20 to 45-minute video or something like that, there's just some guys that just shouldn't be doing it. Now, if you do it because you enjoy doing it, I'm not gonna knock anybody for doing that. If you enjoy doing it, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I don't know. Don't refine the craft maybe a little bit before you try to shove it down everybody's throat.
What do you think that maybe that's just the process? Like somebody's just, how you have to go through these, how we just talked about the 100 shows and everything. You have to go through these stumbling blocks. Maybe that's just the journey that they have to take,
Maybe. It seems like everybody wants to be instantly TikTok famous, though. I think that's kind of what social media has done for us. Like everybody thinks I'm gonna put this video out, I'm gonna get $100,000, 100,000 subscribers or whatever, and they'll be sending me checks here pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you kind of see the difference in the content between those that are doing it because they're looking to try and monetize this thing and try to build a reputation versus those that are just creating content out of just the joy of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I talk about D all the time, D amazing. And I just love the enthusiasm in his videos. Like this is a guy that's created something and he's really made a name for himself. Mm-hmm. But I don't get the feeling from him that he set out with that intent, when he got going. It just seems like he does something that he loves to do. Like he's not just doing it just because, he's trying to build his brand, if you will. Whereas I see a lot of people out there that are kind of selling their soul, for likes.
Right.
And I think you take a hit on that.
Yeah, and I want to talk about it more. I have a section for us to be totally dedicated to that. Well, MC, what do you think? What do you?
So, I don't think there's enough photographers out there. I mean, I love it when people take pictures. But they're just seeing everybody's creative process. Just take a photo. What they thought that this character should be doing in a photo. I wish everybody took photos, honestly. I think I pretty much would echo what Cory said, honestly, about the reviewers. I think there's some people that need to learn editing software, and I'm not making videos, but we see somebody who bounces around, starts, let's say with, I'm going to review this, and it seems more like it's an opening with a reaction. Mm-hmm. But, they start with articulation, then they bounce to accessories, then they go back to, I forgot to do this articulation, and that, bouncing around, don't have their facts, I think, don't. I know I don't review, but I mean, I wrote up a couple things here and there, but I'm not in a situation. We have pretty good software on our computers that come kind of with the computers at this point anymore to edit it. So,
and these are good talking points. I want to get to them.
That's right.
Well, I know there's kind of a difference between doing a review or showcasing video stuff and then photos. Like for this, it just seemed like people were very excited and they want to get it out there to people. And I don't know if the community is really receptive enough to it. I think it's more of they automatically put those people in those positions of that can take photos. And let's be honest, myself included, I'm sure all of us on this panel can probably admit to it. 90% of us, we don't do it a lot. No. And so when you do take a picture, you're just trying to showcase, the figure as more of an informative thing. You're not trying to put up these, paintings for people. You just want to show people what you got. Mm-hmm. And that's just something I saw in the community. It's like everybody's really critical about this photos. It's like this person is, I've said it before, this person's showing you what they got. It's better than you not knowing. So I don't ever understand why people are so hard to jump on people for just saying, hey, I got this figure, I'm trying to enjoy it. You take shitty pictures, take better pictures. It's like that's their skill level. I mean, I don't know why people aren't happy with the fact that they have more information now than they had 10 minutes ago.
And I think Cory said it best before, you have somebody that's really excited to show what they got, and you have somebody that shits all over it.
Yeah, yeah.
That sucks. Like somebody having a great day, obviously waited 3 years for this figure. I just want to hurry up and show everybody what it looks like. And
Yeah. I saw a guy say something like that. He's like, I just came in here to share, what I had, and I didn't know that I wasn't, almost like he made it feel like he wasn't supposed to do that. And then there's also that expectation too. Like some guy, maybe he doesn't know how to take photos, and a lot of the photos that came out at first, they looked like they were blasted with light. I'm not dogging on anybody, but that's the photos that people were taking, you know? And so and that's not bad because they're sharing what they have, but then what happens is people start taking those images as gold. And then you could see this timeline as we kept going through. Then you got somebody that takes a little bit more of an advanced picture. Then you got somebody that maybe they're not up to par on taking photos, but they showcase the articulation.
Yeah.
And then you throw this wild card in there, and there's a guy that has lights and he knows how to take angles and pictures. And then everybody goes, "Oh wow, look what we got! Oh, this looks great." Then it's the same figure.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like I think a lot of people, I know I'll keep harping on the wait till you get it in hand, but maybe people really need to like ease off the gas, at least for maybe, I don't know, a day, and then have different people in the community. If the influencers and content creators and reviewers aren't getting these figures like right off the bat, just slow down and stop trying to put the crown that a figure sucks based on two or three people. Dude, they were lighting that thing up. The first photo that came out, it sucks.
Relax.
And just wait. Same thing with like you were talking about with the reviewers as well. I wanted to save it for later, but yeah, a reviewer will come out and say, I like this figure, and people jump on them. It's just one person. It's one person's opinion. Wait until other people do it.
For as many people that said it sucked, I sure saw those pictures passed around a lot on a lot of different platforms.
Yeah.
By not the original photographer.
Yeah, we talk about that too. Like I don't understand what's so hard about giving somebody credit. I really don't. It's weird, like, and then it just, if somebody else did all that work, I think you should give them credit for it.
I mean, I'm saying, like, if they hated it that much and it was that shitty, why do they keep resharing it then? Like,
and that just keeps the cycle going, in my opinion. Yeah, and so I don't, but I guess with all of that, the main thing is like I would hope something that we could learn from all of this as a community is like, okay, these are our first initial photos. Let's wait for somebody. We all know in the community who can really take pictures. I mean, let's be honest. And we know that there's people that are average, and then we know there's people that don't have a lot of experience at all. Why don't we wait until those people get the figure? It's all smoke and mirrors anyway. Because if that person can take a really good photo and you can't do it yourself, are you going to blame the person that took the photo? Or are you going to blame the company? It's still the same figure. So, like, just relax. Be happy that we got more information than we had 10 minutes ago, instead of like deadpanning on these guys with the photos and stuff like that, and then crowning something a success or a failure based off of one person or two people's photos. I don't get that, man. But whatever. I wasn't frustrated. I just shook my head the whole time. I'm like, what is going on with this stuff, man? And then the next thing that came up was communication. So, and this is where I think the community really can help. There's a lot of experienced people, and I saw them trying to push the information out, but people were just really hard set on, like I said, crowning something. And so obviously, people that got the figure, they had all the powder on it. Did you think they sniffed cocaine or something like that? They packed some cocaine in there or something?
Kevin is not a cokehead. I'll tell you that right now.
Kevin dropped his stash in there. He's like looking around. Oh shit, where's my bag? Where's my gun bag? Shit. He's like, look, oh man, I'm gonna get fired. But I mean, there's powder on it, right? And so Everybody jumped on that, and then there was some collectors that collected Hot Toys, and they're like, no, they do that with Hot Toys. They put it in there so it can soak up the moisture, preserve the figure a little bit more. Buenos noches. And then people were jumping on that, and then Mezco put out. I had the slide, but I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. Mezco put out their. This is why we did this, and also with the articulation, they told people kind of be careful with that. And so I'm reading this comment and laughing. So I know there's always a big thing about Mezco and communication, right? And it just seemed like with this, it was a no-win situation. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think about this when they sent out this email. Was it overkill? Because they gave. Remember, this is part of this too. Waiting till you get something in hand. Anybody that had it in hand had this product sheet. I even have it here. I didn't even open this. I didn't even have time to open this thing. But there's a product sheet in there that says, the same thing that they kind of get, except for the powder part. That probably is not in there, right?
Yeah.
But they're doubling down and they're telling people, hey, be careful how you mess with this thing, work the joints. It's a different scheme. And then they do the thing. Was it overkill for them to send that out? No. CC, what do you think?
I mean, I thought it was a gesture on their part of finally giving people what they've been saying they wanted, which was more communication on their behalf. Right. They handled that greatly. And I mean, I've seen some other people kind of comment that, the idea that they had to let people know to wipe the powder off kind of just shows you where we're at in the world with problem solving. It's kind of one of them things where, there's a substance on my figure, let me, wipe this off. It's but that's the world we live in today. People need answers. Finding answers on our own, we aren't always the best at it, it seems like nowadays. So we need somebody to tell us. So I thought it was great, and I thought it was pretty fast. I mean, you figure they released that. I didn't even have a shipping label yet, and they're already telling people, take care of it. So I'm just sitting here patiently waiting until Friday.
So Holland said that too. He said he purchased the Shaq 1/6 scale and it had powder on it. I get it if you're not familiar with it and you're kind of wondering what's going on, but it's the jump to react thing. That's what I mean. Like they had guys in there trying to say, no, hey, this is normal. Like regular collectors telling other collectors, oh no, and I get it too also because it's a figure. They didn't know how long it would be in transit. They don't know how long it would be in storage. Mezco collectors, some don't open the box right off the bat. So if you're keeping something like this, I don't remember Alien having that on there. Mm-mm. So is that some kind of like process improvement for them because they knew that there might be deterioration with the? I need to open this to kind of compare the two. But is that something that they found that they needed to add to help the longevity of the figure? And that's what I mean. Like, if they're doing something to help improve something, is that a bad thing? Or is it just the communication part? What do you think, MC? What do you like when you saw that stuff? What do you think?
I mean, they got what they wanted: more communication and helpful communication. It wasn't, your figure's been delayed or something like that. They actually told you how to take care of this. This is normal. Wipe it off. Here's how to articulate your figure a little bit more. I thought it was all good.
Yeah, why are you doing that? I'm gonna open it. So here's the thing. Like, and the reason why I'm opening this is because. No, I'm not doing it. I'm just all I'm doing is getting the instruction sheet out because.
No, I want to see the figure.
Because listen because
decision right now.
Because one of the things that they mentioned on the Alien one that I remember, and I know watch and snap it. Yeah. So in order to avoid damage to the body, the figure is recommended you do not excessively bend any body parts. The range of motion is between 60 and 90 degrees, and I like that, like how that got jumped onto it. And then people were like, "Oh, it can't be articulated." Somebody said, "Oh, yeah." Somebody said to me, they're like, "Oh, it has the articulation of Frankenstein," and I was like, "Really?" And then, of course, somebody posts. I think Leo posts like pictures of it doing like a high kick, and some other guy crossed his arms, and I go, I don't remember my Frankenstein figure doing that, but okay.
Yeah.
And it's that jump to conclusion stuff. Like, at least wait like a day before you trash talk. You know, all this that kind of stuff. It's like, just calm down. Wait till you're up by 19 before you start talking shit. What is this? Do not place the figure in areas of high temperature, humidity. Do not leave exposed to direct sunlight. I was thinking on the alien one, it says something like, don't put any kind of.
Cleaners.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So do
Lubricant.
not touch the figure with sharp objects. Rub any kind of solvents or any kinds of solvents or apply direct heat of any kind. So that means, you know, if your joints and stuff like that are like that, don't try to apply heat on them. But it says the solvents and stuff. So all the people that are putting the 303 stuff on there, is that gonna last? Is it gonna break the material down? You know, I keep thinking I got an extra just to test it. I'm gonna put solvent or all that stuff on it and see if it, because it's supposed to wipe all of this stuff away. Fine, you pressured me to do it, Cece. Oh my gosh, why is this thing?
Yeah, snort some Batman. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh.
Well, so I'm trying to. Yeah, this is just like Alien. So it doesn't seem like a thing. Yeah, I want to spray. I want to spray one of these.
Does he feel like those nudie dolls that you got?
Yeah, it does. No, it feels sturdier. It's heavier. It feels like a brick.
A sturdy nudie doll.
But I wanna take that 303 stuff and I want to spray it on there. His face
Yeah,
is
some of that 303 stuff. Is it expensive?
No, it's like $12 on Amazon. But I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna put it on there.
That's almost
And
my
then-
NRD.
Yeah, NRD. Yeah, the positive reactions outweigh love of the game. I'm glad Todd's here, man. He was dropping a lot of good comments, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a difference between like having a conversation with somebody that says, "Oh yeah, you know, you're just chilling," or something. Can we stop with the name calling? That's just like high schoolish, man. Like, stick to facts. You know, bring some talking points. When you start doing that stuff, it discredits any kind of talking point that you're bringing up when you start calling people names. We don't do that shit. That just was high school, bro. Stop doing that. Hit me with facts, like this kind of stuff. It's like somebody said today, they were like, "Oh, you know, that sucks. They limited you to 2 to 3 per order. Now they're canceling and doing all this stuff." And I was like, "No, the initial order was 6."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, have that kind of conversation. But yeah, Tom was saying some good stuff. But yeah, I want to have. I'll put one of these. Like, I'll put the 303 stuff on there. I'll send you guys a link, and then I'll test it and see what it's like. I still have that alien in that pose. It hasn't broken down or done anything yet.
Can I send you mine? You just rub him down for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the lotion. It rubs the lotion on its skin.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And to show that this is a fair and biased show, talking about more communication. So today, a little bit earlier tonight, there was a email that went out. I had a picture of it, but I'm pretty sure that probably brings some PTSD. Maybe that's a good thing that didn't happen. But in the photo, they sent out an email to everyone saying that if you ordered Batman 89 and it was March 6th to the 7th, and you ordered it during that time, they put it back up for pre-order, that they were going to be canceling your order, because they did not have the stock on hand. And this whole thing seems like it's an even, it's good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. I thought we didn't hear anything for like 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, yes, this is over with. And then this thing happened today. And so I know you guys have thought. MC, what do you think? Like, they sent out this email. I don't know if you saw any of that stuff, but what'd you think when they sent out the email? Because people ask for communication.
Right.
And even though it's the message that you may not want to get.
People had 3 years to order this and get on a wait list. I mean, I feel bad for those that are late to the Mezco game and are just now getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that I read that were like canceling their pre-orders somewhere else and jumping on this because it's a buy it now, you're giving up an NRD somewhere else. Because I know BBTS takes NRDs. Shame on you. I mean, sorry, but you had 3 years. And I know I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
But,
well, what about the people that weren't collecting?
Yeah, that's why I said, I feel bad for those that are new to the Mezco game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of these people were buying their second, third, fourth one because, it's going for eBay about 200, 250 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right.
That's my opinion. You had 3 years.
CC, what did you think?
So I'm not very opinionated, when it comes to this sort of stuff. Okay.
This thing moves like Frankenstein. Look at that.
Trying to figure out where I want to start. Everyone was extremely upset when that listing went up because there were wait-listed orders that hadn't converted. However, there was this buy it now, right?
Frankenstein. Look at that.
That kind of told me there that something was probably wrong or out of order, right? So had these not been canceled, there was still going to be somebody upset, right?
Right.
My whole thing with this entire thing is everyone needs to just relax and be patient. There was a limit of 6 per person when these originally went up.
Mm-hmm.
You all know there's folks out there that had multiple accounts and ordered all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be more than enough 89 Batman out here for everyone to get their figure. Just relax. It might take a week. It might take 2. You might have to wait till May. But if you're patient and you're willing to wait, I can almost guarantee you're going to find one for less than retail. It's going to happen, but you got to be patient. Quit freaking out. You never buy on the bubble, right? And as we know, FOMO is at its peak right now, and now is not the time to buy. I'm going to use an example.
You remember this Jean-Claude Van Damme commercial?
Yes.
Yeah.
This thing moves like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
There's that Fury Toys released that pre-order for Donatello recently.
Mm-hmm.
Or fall, whatever they would call it. Not allowed to call it Donatello. Fury Toys fall or whatever. So, of course, Fury Toys spring, the secondary market's gone through the roof. Like, people want $250 to $300 for that figure. He was $45 at retail.
Mm-hmm.
No way I'm paying $300, for a $45 figure. So I'm going to either wait for a second batch to get announced, which I'm almost positive Fury Toys is going to do a second batch, or I'm going to go to Florida and steal MCs, one or the other. But I'm not going to pay $300 for that figure. I'm just going to pay. I'm going to be patient, play the long game, and it's going to work out. It's going to work out. There's going to be plenty of these out there. I'm telling you, this was one of the first. I think John Wick might have been the first. Which one went up first, Wick or Batman? Batman, didn't it?
This was in 2000 something.
I think Batman went up first. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this was one of the first times that they released something, and it was kind of a made-to-order thing. I think it let it sit up for like a week or two before they closed it out. And like I said, it was a limit of 6. There's going to be thousands of these. Relax, folks. They're coming. They're coming. They just haven't gotten anybody's hands yet, but they're coming. And the resellers, you better believe they've got them. Don't freak out because you're just feeding in. Relax us.
Yeah, that was one thing that I kept. So with everything that's being talked about, the one thing that I didn't understand with all of this is that, we talked about this whole timeline thing. For 3 years, everybody's been panning this figure. They didn't like the figure. It wasn't going to be good. And the thing that I didn't understand about all of this was once everybody started talking about it, is why there was a big deal about it as far as like the pre-order thing, because from the input that I got from everybody is nobody wanted this figure. It sucked.
Yeah.
And so I didn't understand why there was such a big deal about it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like,
so everybody's canceling their pre-orders, right? Everybody was demanding a refund. They just wanted their NRD back. You know, it was everyone had given up on it 4 months ago.
right.
So there's going to be a lot of these figures out there. They just got to relax. There's no way anybody should. Well, if you look, you can spend your money however you want to spend it, right? Like if you feel like you want one bad enough to spend $250, more power to you. Go ahead. But I'm telling you, if you just wait, the price is going to come down. You never buy like this. Never. This is going to be the highest right now. It's going to come down.
So you don't think that with the returns, with the money, with them refunding it, you don't think that this is going to be a shortage, that they only made so many?
No, because I'm sure they were already in production.
Yeah. I just wondered because if they were refunding, it's not like they were waiting for a second shipment. My whole concern
that jumped on the wait list in December and January that did convert.
Yeah. And then they emailed me about my second order just now. Oh, and I'm sorry to interrupt really quick. So I'm gonna do something really quick since everybody's in here right now. So I have two that I'm gonna do. It's not a giveaway, but I have two that I'm gonna put up, and this is gonna be retail and shipping, and there's gonna be I'll give one a week away. I'm working with a guy, and he's gonna put them up, and I'm just gonna organize the contest for him. But I'll have two of these available. So because you guys are sitting here listening to all this stuff, I'll do a tap in. I forgot to put that up, but I'll do a tap in. I'll do it twice, and I'll do the first. We'll just do the first 5 people. There'll be two. I'm sorry. Yeah, they will do first 5 people, and each 2 times. So there'll be 10 entries, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm still researching. I'm looking at some guys that, they didn't get this, and they're genuinely disappointed about it. So I'm going to throw them in this drawing too. So there'll be 2 of them. But if you're watching tonight and you see the tap in screen, remember, this is a test. This is not the actual one. Don't do it. There's always somebody that does it. So you see this go across the screen, just type tap in, and then I'll take those 5 people, and you'll be entered into one of the drawings for the 2, if that makes sense. That makes sense? Yeah. Batman giveaway, tap in, and you'll have an entry. How about that? There you go. I'm sorry. Proceed. Because I'll forget it. So, but oh yeah, the aftermarket thing. That's my biggest concern. Like it's a conflicting message. People didn't want it, and now they do want it for some reason. And now the people that have these are going to be like, I'm going to sell these for a lot. So you're in a double whammy now.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever it was, whether it was group community pressure, peer pressure, you just didn't want to say that you wanted this because everybody around you's talking shit about it. Now you're going to have to pay. Let's see, what do you think about it? Like, as far as like all of
that. I think I said it last show. Order it. Like when it comes up, if you got the money, order it, because you can always sell it for retail later if you don't like it.
Right.
At a minimum. I mean, paying secondary market on stuff sucks sometimes. Like it's just how bad you want it. I mean, I've bought plenty of things on second market. I mean,
there was a song about that, wasn't there?
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Hanson or Pink Skulls. I can't remember, one of the 2.
Yeah, they like to have some fun with that sometimes, don't they? It's
like, but it is what it. I mean, it's the price of collecting sometimes, unfortunately.
And that's why I feel bad about some of the guys that actually did miss out on this. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't collecting at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that I kind of feel bad about. But this figure, it was It was available for quite some time, and then they put it back up. And I know those people in March, they didn't get theirs, but there was another time they put it back up as well. So it's just mixed signals. That's what I don't get about it. Like I said, everybody was trashing and bashing it. So when I see all the comments, I'm like, why is there's so much hate about it? Because people said that they didn't want it. It was taking too long. They didn't like the design, the seamless structure. So if these got canceled, why are people chiming in on it that weren't buying it for one, but then, who didn't want the figure in the first place? So I don't know. You see how confusing it is?
Collectors, a lot of times, I think we're our own worst enemies. We create this false demand, and then it seems like as soon as a figure is in demand, that's when everyone decides they want it, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, everybody else wants it. Now I want one. I didn't want one before, but now I want one. If you just stick to buying what you like or enjoy, you're not going to have to worry about this kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Just buy because you like it, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And then still, I keep going back to it. Patience is key. Like there's certain times you just can't buy, and right after people got those first initial images, and when 75% of the product still hasn't hit the street, wait, just hold on, just hold on.
And this is a good point too, and I want to make sure I clarify that I'm not lumping everybody in the same category. That's why I mentioned I understand that there's people that came into the game a little bit later.
Yeah.
And I understand that there's people that ordered on March 6th and 7th, and they wanted the figure because maybe they saw pictures and they said, yeah, you know what? I may have been wrong and I'm going to get it. Or I just want to see what it's about and I'll resell it or, whatever. I'm not saying that there's not a percentage of people that did that. What I'm saying is if a majority of the people that if you look at the comments and the feedback is this has been getting deadpanned. I guarantee you I can show you 100 times more negative feedback or trash talking feedback about this figure than the people that wanted it. It's still in the groups. It's still on the website. You could go to their website and look at it. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about the people that actually wanted it. Because if that was good, I wouldn't do this giveaway. I mean, there are people out there and I feel bad for that. But it's like you see a lot of the feedback, it's not that. And so I could see how it would be confusing. You want communication. Like we've talked about this before too. If you went through the thread today, what discernible information would you be able to get through out of the comments? You might be able to cherry pick some of the stuff out there. Yeah, the processing needs to be worked on and stuff like that. But for the most part, would you really even get to that point? Yeah, it's like, so I'm not talking about I'm talking about the majority, not the small percentage of the people that, wanted the figure that actually wanted and they were disappointed and who did. They got the raw end of the deal on that March 6th and 7th. Don't worry, we'll talk about that too. Oh, yeah, it's a little, so I won't beat this one on the ground either. Toxic positivity. Is there such a thing as this? I don't get it. I don't understand the terminology. I don't get it.
Did you coin that, or did somebody actually use that phrase?
I've seen people use it, and it was one of the swings in the thing. So, how we talk about people just being negative all the time, and it just seemed like in the groups, it was almost like this got reversed a little bit, right? People were enjoying it, and then negative people were coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, you guys, I'm so sick and tired of seeing people enjoy this figure." Mm-hmm. And I'll sit on this hypocritical high chair for a second. I just don't get it. I've never heard anybody, say they made too much money and they're unhappy, unless it's psychological, right? Mm-hmm. I'm having way too much fun in a theme park. Yeah. I'm getting way too much sex. I'm just not enjoying it. Have you ever heard anybody say anything?
I've been waiting on you to say that, actually. I was waiting when that. I knew that day would come at some point.
But do you know what I mean? And it's
not as far as that goes. I don't live in that world like you do.
But I broke it then, right? Usually it's MC the one that's slipping those in there. But do you ever hear anybody say that? So like if you're in a group and that's the whole premise of the group is to talk about stuff. That's why I talked about MegaCon. It was cool just to see people happy, enjoying themselves, getting away from stuff, and that's what this whole hobby's about. And so to see somebody say, "I'm so sick and tired of seeing you guys enjoy your figures," I was like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just too much." And then that's what I was thinking. I go, "Oh, the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned." Sometimes people are tired of seeing you complain about it all the time. I hate this. I'm not going to buy from them. And we see this every day. And so I was thinking to myself, you're only dealing with this for a day. We've had to just deal with this for 3 years, just with this one figure, not alone with multiple figures. So I just thought, I'm like, this is really hypocritical of somebody to say, I don't like to see you guys have fun. Stop talking that you like this figure. Did you guys see this? What I was talking about?
I don't think I don't recall. I mean, I probably skim past it. Like usually when I see stuff like that, I block most of it out.
I know. I take all of it in though. FOMO's a hell of a drug. It is. MC, did you see it? Like, is it? But is there too much? Is it just too much? Like, if somebody's enjoying something, is that a bad thing? You know, like
drugs, maybe, but
yeah.
But no, like I mean, you spend your hard-earned money on something, and when you can appreciate it and enjoy it and have fun with it, like what? That's awesome.
MC, what do you think? Like, is there, if you were looking at it from a negative standpoint, is there a point where it should be where your enjoyment should be capped off? Like you shouldn't just be making posts about it all the time, or
no,
is it too much?
No. You know, I really, really enjoyed all the positive pics and everything that were in the group and everywhere else. You know, I always wanted to believe that there was more people out there enjoying their figures than there weren't. Otherwise, the business wouldn't be successful, right? If there are that many people that were unhappy with the product that Mezco was putting out there, I think we would have been out of product a while ago. So it's been really refreshing to see people come out and feel comfortable sharing what it is that they enjoyed. And they've been a little more forceful about it, right? Like it's, you know, hey, I like it and you can't tell me otherwise. And I love that attitude. I mean, we've done that on this show, you know, a few times. You know, hey, if I like something, whether you like it or not, I should still be able to like it.
Right.
And it's been refreshing. We always kind of said it was kind of the loud minority that ran things there for a while, but hopefully that's changing a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you think? Is it too much, or is it like should it be curtailed down? Does there need to be a name post for only positive people? You know, I mean, honestly, it has to be fair. You know, like, and it does. It has to be fair. So, do you think that? I just wonder because it's a group for enthusiasts. So I would think that that's the premise of the group. So, but I mean, do you think it's it needs to? Is it something that people need to kind of curtail?
I think we need more. I think we need more of it. More positivity.
I was happy, man, when people said, you know, when people were, it was like that bully thing.
Yeah.
Like the because a lot of the people that are positive, they don't say anything. They just kind of sit there because it's almost like they're shunned about saying something, or they're called like this. This is a good point too. This is why I kept bringing up the name calling stuff. You can never really have a conversation with anybody because as soon as you give them your take on it, you're a shill. You're a defender. Tell me why they keep my NRD because it's a non-refundable deposit. You're a shill. What? I'm explaining to you what's going on. No, you're defending them. No, I'm telling you what's going on. That name calling shit. That's nursery school. It's not even high school. It's nursery school stuff. Like just stick to the point. Like to the point of the conversation. You know, if you fired back and said, something like, yeah, well, they should give me back my NRD because they canceled the whole order. Point taken. You're absolutely right. They you had an agreement with them. They should pay you back your NRD and they should pay you back the full amount, which they did. Right?
Yeah.
That stuff. But calling people fanboy, and so like people see that and I guess they feel like they don't want to engage with other people. But it was good to see people say stuff. No, bro, you're not gonna bully me into this. I enjoy this figure and I'm sorry that you're having a bad time with it. But like Cory said, it was good to see people saying stuff like that, and it's an enthusiast group.
Yeah.
You have the right to be negative. Other people have the right to be, say that they enjoy something.
Yeah.
There's a difference between negativity and constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
You got to say that because somebody's going, oh, that means you can't ever say anything positive. I mean, anything negative about them. No. You say what you want.
Yeah.
That's right. Paige being a dictator. A dictator. Last time I heard at a dictatorship, you can't leave. It's not a cult. There's a button up there that says leave group. You can leave the group.
Without announcing it.
Yeah. Somebody will say, and I think sometimes that's cool too, because maybe it's just not the group. There's other groups out there. There's the other group that maybe they have a little bit looser dealing with you expressing yourself. I just don't think it's right to chew out other collectors to get your point across. I mean, everybody be respectful for each other. All right, let's move on. Because I just don't think anything but toxic positivity.
I'm waiting to see you really stretch that T-pose. I've seen it go much higher than that.
I have too. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't trying to like, how like you're talking and you want to make sure you're talking to your friends.
Yeah. You got an extra one. Come on, let's push it.
Yeah, let's push it. What are we doing the other way? So let's talk about reviewing. So I've only seen one or two reviews. Thank you, Plasty. Appreciate it. I've only seen one or two reviews, and it's been varied. I don't try to do some tier system with reviewers or anything like that. I just, I think we've established the fact that there's well-known reviewers, and then there's guys that do it on the side, just like anything. And so I've only seen a couple, but the ones I've seen that people were enjoying it, they got bashed for it. And so I was wondering what you guys thought about that. Oh, wow, the ankle, I worked it in a little bit more. Look at that. Sorry.
I think it was.
You're going to do that.
And I could be wrong. He said it's one of the best ankles that Mezco's done so far. I think it was Stephen Morrow in the comments.
It's funny because it has this armor plating on it right there. So it prevents it from going up. I'm sorry. If I can get this into a pose that I didn't see in the movie, I think it's a good thing. Because from what I remember, it was a lot of this.
Yeah.
Let me get the full effect. I saw something about the head too. Like somebody said the head was really big. Oh, there's the eye feature. Mine's not cross-eyed.
I think people need to rewatch the movie with complaints about the size of the head and how skinny he is.
Michael Keaton's not a big guy.
No. That big old helmet that he's got on his head, the cowl.
So good. I can't do it because my fingers are going to My fingers are bigger than his head. Anyway, so I'll second. Reviewers, right? So I've only seen a few. Some people, I saw some guys talking about like the QC issues and everything else like that. Most of the people like I saw, they gave some, some positive reviews and some. It didn't get deadpan from what I saw, right? But I think the thing that I saw most. Was there a review that you guys saw that kind of stuck out to you? I'm waiting for Plastic. You didn't watch any of them?
Mm-mm.
I watched a few, just out of morbid curiosity. I don't normally watch a whole lot of them. I watched a few, and honestly, it seemed like the overwhelming consensus that they were happy with it. And some guys were like really, really happy with it, which which really kind of surprised me because there was just so much negative. Well, me and you, we talked privately about this, ahead of time, that we really didn't believe that there was any way that they could uh, live up to the expectations after it being so long. But even after the 3 years, like there were some people that were really, really enjoyed their figure. I'm looking forward on Friday. I can't wait to finally get it. The anticipation is killing me. I'm checking my FedEx app every 10 minutes.
So really quick, when I'm doing this, I'm looking to see if when I push it that far, I'm looking to see if there's like stretching. There is stretching, but I don't see any like rip tears. You know how like you get micro tears and stuff? So that's what I'm like looking. And then of course I'm doing it like slow. I'll be honest with you. The skeletal system is pretty tight, but I like that. But this feels different than the alien. MC, you have yours or no? You
Nope, not yet.
Oh, sorry, I should put this down.
No, you're good.
Well, you have alien, and so you know what I'm talking about. Like
Right.
this,
Yep.
the skeletal system. Like to me, this feels more solid than the alien one does.
Oh wow. How is it? So it's definitely better than TB League then, our naked ladies.
Yeah, I've only messed with the material feels different. This feels like the skeletal system feels like solid. You know what I mean? I'm going slow because I don't want to break it. But anyway, uh, so yeah, I had a little bit of a tangent about the reviewers, man. And I think one thing there's not a lot of things that bother me, but the one thing that does kind of bother me about all of that with the reviewers is I don't know. I don't think we appreciate reviewers as much as we should. I say it all the time, and I still think I feel that way. A lot of these guys they're putting up they're they're stopping their enjoyment from the figure to be able to put a camera and then give you their thoughts about it, right? And I know we've talked about different types of reviewers, how they do it and what they're doing and how they're trying to figure out stuff, but I don't think a lot of times we appreciate it. And the reason why I say that is because one of the things that got brought up was everybody was asking where D's review was. And as far as I know, currently there's not one for it from him. And there's a rumor going around that he's not doing it. And so everybody's asking, where's the review? Where's the review? Why isn't he doing it? And then, of course, it starts getting the other side. Oh, he's not reviewing it because it sucks. And the story that I saw is he didn't do it because of the fact that, like we talked about, that this is it's a polarizing release, and he just wants to enjoy it. And he just didn't want to put a video out on it because of some of the stuff that he's seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think one thing that really connects all this stuff is I've seen this term a lot too. Is people will say they want to see an honest review. I don't understand what that means because do you want me to go or you want to chime in real quick? I don't want to seem like I'm taking over the conversation. So when somebody says an honest review, I don't get it because the person who is talking about that product is telling you how they feel about it. And so it's almost like a label of honest is put on there because they aren't saying the things that you want them to say, which to me would indicate it's dishonest, correct? Because if I'm pandering to you, I'm not being honest with myself. I'm saying what you want to hear. So what's honest about that? So I think that term, it's like a buzz term. Like it's like these little name calling things that we just talked about, fanboy, defender. I think you need to throw honest review in there too. It doesn't make sense to me. That person is telling you what they think about the figure. And if you don't agree with them, there are, just like we talked about in the beginning of the show, there are plenty of other people that will pan this figure for you. Because that's the good part about it. Everybody has difference of opinion on figures in general. They may not like it. But this saying somebody's not being honest about something, I think it's inaccurate. I don't agree with it at all, especially if it's something that you don't agree with. That's just like a fail-safe word. Am I off? No.
No, I don't think so, man. It feels like anytime your opinion doesn't agree with them, then it's you being dishonest. When I'm watching a review, I'm not looking to watch a review just to get somebody's personal opinion on it. Like, I want you to show me the figure and what it can do so I can draw my own conclusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really, to me, what a reviewer is supposed to be there for, is that, there's somebody that's educated, they understand these figures, they know what they're supposed to do, and show me if this articulation, matches up to things that are comparable. Show me if the paint apps are comparable to other figures, in the same price range, things like that. I don't need to know how you feel about it personally. Honestly, I'm capable of thinking myself on whether or not I'm going to like it or not. I just want you to show me, what the figure can do. And I think you can do that and be unbiased. Just show me. That's really all I want to see. We can save all the commentary and things like that. Show me the facts about the figure. Does the articulation match up? Does the paint apps, the accessories, all those things that are in it, the box. I'm a big box guy. I don't know why. I like boxes though. Just show me what all those things are, and I can draw my own conclusions.
Right. MC, what do you think about like reviewers and?
I've really cut down on a lot of the people I watch anymore because so many want to get that shock value, that clickbait. Oh, I'm going to focus in on Bishop's arm or Conan's bicep swivel or something, and they like, it's just, I don't like the shock value with it. I just like a smooth review. Like Cory said, show me the articulation, show me the accessories, know the product before you open, like I was saying, the difference between a reviewer and a open box, reaction video. I prefer watching somebody that has spent some time with the figure before we jump into it.
Do you think that they're rushed because it's like a competition, everybody wants to be first?
I think that plays a lot into it with certain individuals. Yes. They miss stuff, mislabel things, mispronounce things, misclassify accessories. Just take your time. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's not me that's doing it though. I'm not a reviewer, but it definitely doesn't get a view. I'm only one person, but I don't watch videos like that anymore.
Mm-hmm. There's shows that I'll watch and I'll look at them and they have really great content. And I'll just look at the numbers. I know it's not about numbers, but I look at certain things and I go, I don't understand why this is not taking off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's other things, and I guess maybe I'm in that minority. Maybe I just look at it differently. But there's certain things that you just go, I don't understand. And one of the things, I guess it is part of that rat race. You have to hurry up and you have to get something out, while it's hot. And I just feel like, sorry, this is text. I just feel like a lot of that gets wrapped up in all of this. But I do appreciate whether somebody pushed it out first or they took their time and did it last. I appreciate the information that they bring out. I just think that there's room for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
There's room for somebody that wants to put it out fast. There's room for somebody that dislikes the figure. There's room for somebody that's in the middle, and there's room for people that like it. But to have somebody get on and just start forcing their opinion and say, you know what, you're wrong. They're just telling you what they feel about it. And they put a lot of time and effort into that. And that's why I keep telling people, man, just if you watch some of these videos, I'm sorry, huh?
Some do. Some put a lot of time and effort in it. Some of them,
Yeah. But if they put some time in it and you don't agree with it, just go. But like the whole trying to shit on their video and shit on their work and stuff like that, it's like they took time to do that. Just if you don't want to agree with it, just walk on by. But if you do appreciate what they did, dude, likes are free. A comment is free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not paying for any of that. It's not like they take money away from you each time you comment or like something. And you never know. Dude, I'm telling you, I've talked to a lot of content creators, and sometimes that positive or negative comment is what either fuels that person to keep going because they don't feel appreciated, or that's the one that says, you know what, I'm going to take a break for a while because I don't feel like I don't feel like the work that I'm doing is being appreciated, and they are putting a lot of work into it. So, just be conscientious of that, man. Because what's going to happen when we don't have these guys?
I don't. I never shit on anybody. Like if I don't like them, I don't shit on their posts or, their YouTube videos or wherever. I just don't watch it. I mean, like it's easier.
The thing that bothered me the most with these early reviews was just that there was so much misinformation because they didn't spend enough time getting to know the figure before they put a video out.
That.
And so you had people literally, see, I told you this figure was trash. The blacks don't match. It's all powdery looking. The articulation's terrible. And then come to find out, this might be one of the most articulated figures they've ever released. Like, how do you possibly release a video complaining about the articulation because you didn't spend enough time to get to know the figure? And it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. And then people just take that misinformation and they just run with it. They run with it because that's all they've been waiting on. Somebody is just to give them some ammunition so they can hate on something anyway. And I don't understand that phenomenon. It's odd. I'm in a lot of toy groups, and I don't know if I see, in the Storm groups or any of the other places where they come. I know you don't see it in the Cabal where people just get on there and just trash something every time something comes out.
Yeah. And so I opened this up, I don't know where we're at time-wise. So it's only an hour. So I probably opened this up 20, 30 minutes ago. And I've been talking to you guys, and I'm distracted.
It's 28 minutes.
But, so it's like 28 minutes, right? But still, I'm like...
I've been watching. No, I'm joking.
Do you see that? I know I'm sorry. It's not aligned properly. Somebody will say that. But, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not think that's him going backwards. I did forwards and I did backwards. I did not think that he would be able to do this. I'll be honest with you.
He can look up.
So, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I only messed with this for 20 minutes. This is not even broken in yet. And look, there's no ripping. There's no. There we go.
Yeah.
Powder off. But look at that.
4 hours tonight.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
That's awesome.
Frankenstein.
Right. That's what they were saying, man.
That looks like better articulation than a Spider-Man figure right there with that back bend.
Somebody made a comment. I wanted to go on this because I thought this was a good comment too. Like, and CC, we've talked about this before too. Like, with kind of realizing what's important in life. And I understand what this guy's saying. Like, there's people that haven't even, that through COVID and other stuff and family, they aren't able to get this stuff or enjoy this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so, where is it? But he PO Bats and Destro, and this might have been the last thing he got COVID, and then he didn't make it. It's sad, man. But that puts things in perspective. Like, there's people dealing with other stuff, and like to have about getting bent out of shape, pun intended, about a toy. Somebody mentioned, there was another comment. I wish I would have highlighted it. But, oh God, I didn't have it. Somebody had mentioned something about the articulation. Man. Anyway, I'll find it later. But it was a great point. I don't know. What? So when are you guys getting yours?
MC's got 12 coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have one coming. Should be next week, I think.
Sid Vicious 1. Minis 2. That's what I was thinking. Somebody said something about this body, right? Minis already got you.
Andres 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So somebody said something about this. You said about Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
and
like
that was the
No Way Home.
Yeah, that's 4, David. And then right, like I'm waiting for the 5 so I don't get too distracted. But somebody mentioned something about in the comments. I remember they said they wouldn't have put this much time. And Monty, you are number 5. Congratulations. That is over with. You guys are put in for the drawing for Batman 89. That'll be week 1. We'll work on week 2 in a little bit. Henrock, you're gonna have to get next time. Gotta be quicker than that. No, but somebody mentioned and said, I know you said about the Spider-Verse. Somebody said they wouldn't have put the time and materials and research into this if they weren't going to be utilizing this later on. Right? Now, I've said that before too, as well. And so this to me, initially, now that I have it in hand, I think this is good. I'm waiting to break it in a little bit more. And this version to me is better than Alien. Alien, I'm a little bit more cautious, but I mean, I still did stuff with Alien. I feel comfortable with this. I was a little concerned about the lower leg part because of the alien autopsy stuff that we saw. How do I get that one down? Kind of morbid. I don't want to keep that comment up. Sorry. But I was worried about Alien because you remember how we saw the alien autopsy and how they said that the injection mold would get into the fixtures, and that's what's causing that kicker thing that you had, CC?
Yes.
So I feel a lot better about this than I do the Alien one. I'm excited to see what you guys think about it when you get it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know you get yours on Friday, right, CC?
That's what you're saying, but I know there's almost always at least a day delay on anything coming from my depot here. They're terrible.
I want to do the cape later. I'll do the cape later.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you get it, man. No porch pirates or anything like that.
Yeah.
Catching up the comments. MC, can you write the names down, please?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay. So we're at the end of this. Only 2 things left. Community and takeaway, pretty much. But this is productive, right? Mm-hmm. So as like the community, what do you think? Do you think that this experience, I know I wrote this before all this stuff happened today, but I said as a community, you think that with this offering, people are going to like take this and they're going to kind of like these little lessons and go, you know what, man, let's just ease off the gas a little bit. Let's relax. Let's not jump to conclusions. So do you think with this release, that's something that might be possible in the future? What do you think? MC, you think?
Yeah, we're getting more.
More what?
More on that body, like a seamless body. We'll get, and I think somebody said it, like Venom, we've talked about it before, but someone just said in the comments, Venom would be great on a seamless body, a symbiote of some sort. Carnage, like, that'd be good.
Right. I mean, as far as like community, with everything that happened with this release, do you think that the community will go, you know what, let's just kind of take it a little bit easy when pictures start coming out? Let's wait for no? I tried.
I would like to be positive and say yes, but
I think that this is a great idea. I wouldn't mind if they did the seamless body stuff, especially after this. I wouldn't mind if they did the turtles on the seamless body. It would fix this limited articulation a lot of people think they're going to have because of the shell. I think it would go great. But CC, what do you think? You think with all the stuff that we went through with this release, that's something that the community can move forward with and go, yeah,
Not a chance. Not a chance, because this isn't a cycle that we haven't seen already. You know what I mean? Like we've been through this. Like this may have been the most exaggerated because it was just been drawn out for so long.
Yeah,
but it's still following the same cycle of every figure that we've ever had. It's just the same thing.
Yeah.
The haters are going to continue to hate. People are going to jump to conclusions, and people are going to guess and be wrong, and people are going to end up missing out on some great figures because they listen to somebody else.
Yeah. I was. You said that you were in a bunch of other groups. I'm in a bunch of other groups too, and this release, man, I'm not dogging on anybody, but this release, it made the community it looked really bad, man. I think a lot of people saw some of the same things that we see, and it was almost like you're kind of looking over the fence and going, "What the hell's going on over there?" You know, because there's the obvious jokes that happen and everything, but most of the time I just saw people going, "Oh my God, those guys are crybabies," and it's almost like we look bad in front of other people. I don't know if other people take that into consideration, but you know, it's a premium line. You think that that's associated with, you know, people that have jobs, responsibilities, and have a little bit more of a, you know, grown up mentality about stuff. And they were like, look at those fucking babies. They were just like, I was like, God, dude, it's just a bad look, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I get not everything's perfect. And I'll say this again directly to the camera. Yes, there's things that Mezco could probably handle a lot better, like with the processing part of it too. I just think that that's out of their hands. I know somebody's going to say that that's just defending them, but what do you do if you don't have the stock for it? You know, a couple of people made some great points about the whole fixing the processing system. I think that that's starting to really come to light. I think it's, you know, it's like the dam kind of breaking. You see cracks and you're just like, it's still holding water. It's okay. But I think right now, a lot of people are getting onto this, losing orders. The processing of the payments aren't going through, and then people are losing orders. Um, Especially with offerings that are long, that the wait time is so long. It's almost like some of that information kind of gets lost, or it's not no longer valid because it's been in the queue for so long. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really do think, I don't know how they would do it, but the processing, they really need to take a hard look at that, because I can see it frustrating a lot of people, and it's something that even some of the more calmer people are kind of like, you know what, this is getting crazy. So see, there are stuff that they can do that they need to work on. But what do you guys like? I try not to be biased. You know, where's that? I haven't had a processing issue since I did all those changes. I haven't had one yet. I was waiting for Ghost Rider because that was an older one. I still haven't had one yet. Watch my next ones fail. Have you guys been having problems processing, or you got like different approaches, like PayPal or something like that? You guys been doing that?
I usually do PayPal right off the bat, so I just get.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just rather pay it now instead of, you never know what's going to happen in the world and get later on down the road and not be able to pay. I'm in a situation, you know, not everybody can do that. Like, I get it. Not everybody's same situation. Not everybody wants to do that, but it just works best for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I only had the issue one time where they said that my card didn't process or whatever, but you know, I just went in and updated the card and it worked. And I've never, you know, it's never gone any further than that. You know, I think a lot of it just has just to be vigilant and, you know, on top of it. You know, ignore emails. Those aren't suggestions, folks. They send those emails for a reason. And when they send you that email saying it's declined, you need to jump on it that day. You can't wait 2 days and say, well, I get paid on Thursday. I'll just hold out. Thursday's not going to get here soon enough.
Yeah, but with all of that, do you think that there's, I mean, isn't that a red flag for them? Do you think that that's something that they could go, hey, I don't know I don't know. I know what he told me in the Hangout.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they're backboarding off of an older, you know, e-commerce system, you know, and I'm wondering if that's something that maybe they, because I was talking to somebody, I wonder how hard it is to take some of that data and migrate it over to a new system. Is that what's holding it up, or you know what I mean? Or is it something that they can kind of do where, okay, with this release on, we're using this system. We'll finish out this stuff. I'm not a business person or IT. I don't know all that shit. I'm just trying to like think of ways that they can do something to maybe switch over. Maybe it's just too expensive. I don't know, but it's something that's happening.
Because would you be willing to pay more for a figure if it meant they updated their system?
Yeah, because somebody's got to eat that cost. You know, like It's not going to be Mez. He's going to be like, well, I'm a dump. I don't even know what a program like that costs, but just pull an arbitrary number, $1 million to upgrade my system. Let me just pull it out of the bank. Keep these NRDs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I know in theory a lot of times people can just throw out ideas and say, yeah, they should do this. And I'm not saying that it should not be done. I'm just wondering sometimes the logistics of doing something is a little bit more than some people can comprehend. One of the things was when I went to Toy Fair, one of the questions I always got asked that they told me that the community said make sure you ask them about was international shipping. They didn't do international shipping at all. And I asked them, I said, hey, is that something that you guys just don't want to do, or is there some kind of like logistics problem with that? And I said, and they said, no, the problem is there's a lot more involved with it. Like when you send a figure, you're sending all of these pieces in there. And let's say, for example, China, I'm not saying that this is what happened, but China has a thing against revolvers and bats. So you have this, even though, yeah, whatever, it's manufactured in China, you're making whatever U-turn or something like that. But let's say you have that, you would have to take all of those accessory pieces out of that offering.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? And so you're splitting the order in half, you're taking out accessories. Now you have all these accessories. You have to sort those. This is China's version. This is this version. And so there's a lot more involved with it. And so they were just like, right now, we don't have the capability. Plus, they had to move into the tracking part of it. They said delivery is a problem. They use a delivery system, and when it's overseas, how would you handle returns? How would you ensure tracking purposes that person got it? Because I think when you use something like UPS or FedEx, they hand it over to whatever that host country's carrier service is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those two systems will talk. And I know somebody will throw in there, well, that's why they should use DHL. I don't know how much that costs. Maybe that's something they look for. The point I'm trying to make is that I know that a lot of people have ideas, but there's things that are involved that we don't know about, understand, or didn't even think about. And that's what I think with this processing thing. Like you said, maybe it costs a bunch of money, but it is something that I think that they should look into, because I think it would cure a lot of some of the concerns that some collectors have. I think that's probably a priority for them. Do you think? What do you think?
How would you feel if Mezco stopped with the Mezco Direct stuff and they just let somebody else deal with that hassle?
Would you with their IP stuff, their Mezco Direct?
Yeah, like it just wouldn't be kind of like Hot Toys with Sideshow or something. They could have an official retailer and they let them deal with it, right? Let's just throw out there, what if one day Mezco decided, you know what, it's too much of a hassle for us to deal with the distribution and the back house. What if we just said, hey, you know what, we're going to make Big Bad our exclusive retailer. If you want something from us, you have to buy it from them.
It seems like they're kind of going that way. They're letting them have some of their exclusives.
Yeah, maybe that's, they're testing the waters a little bit. They could just, then they wouldn't have to worry about the warehouse. They could just ship it to them and let them do their thing.
They had that deal with PX exclusively with Diamond, and they had that subset of a line of figures, and they were doing that. And that was their responsibility. Like, they had all that stuff. They got it. Mezco never, from my understanding, never saw it. All that stuff was made, shipped to Diamond, and Diamond distributed it. So maybe that's something. I don't know. I've seen people, one thing that I don't understand, and MC, I'll get you in on this.
No.
But one thing that I don't understand about it is, and I'm trying to figure out why somebody would say it, but I've seen a lot of people, they'll say, I'm not buying directly from Mezco anymore. And when you ask them, you're like, well, what's the rationale for that? It's like, I don't want to give them my money. And I'm like, you do know that if you go through a wholesaler or you go through Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth or anybody else, you're still giving them the money,
right.
And that's that whole misinformation part. Like, people like, I know I've said it a lot too. Like, if you don't like it, don't buy from them. But I mean that as cold turkey. I don't mean direct.
Right.
You're not making an impact on them if you're buying from somebody else. They're still getting the money.
Right.
I don't know. Let's see what you think. Like,
That's funny. Like when I seen that argument, I'm never ordering directly from Mezco again. Well, I guess you're going to miss out on a lot of figures then. I know that
the
Rumble
exclusives, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple guys, didn't Death Adder go over to BBTS recently and a couple others, but that I don't know. Like, to me, I like the reward points. I like getting a figure for free every now and then, or getting a big discount on the Ninja Turtles because I have all those reward points. So
here you go, amazing Marco.
I like those new Mezits that we got, the little pink skulls Mezits.
Yeah, I'm about to open this. He asked if they could do a sidekick and all this other stuff. I'm doing this like camera wise, and then also I don't want to break it or anything. Dude, this is come
Jesus.
on, bro. Seriously, bro. Seriously.
Trash. Throw it away.
So I'll tell you this really quick. So you do have to get used to this because there's like you can see it right here. There's like a joint that rotates, but do you see how it flattens out? That's better than the alien one. The alien one, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna have to rotate that so it looks different, right? So there's a joint. There's a joint system in here. You're gonna have to get used to. But come on, dude. Did you honestly think it was gonna do this?
I saw him do that in the movie.
I did too.
Right? When he was fighting
Let me cover my face.
Right?
Let me cover my face because I know somebody will screenshot that shit. It's pretty amazing. Frankenstein, totally. So yeah, okay. So what I was telling you really quick. So like you see how it does this?
Mm-hmm.
When you push it back down, it's gotta rotate a little bit. Like you'll feel it. And then there's a joint here. You gotta like rotate it and go back out.
Okay.
But yeah, you can get that stuff, bro. It's like anyway. All right. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So that's it for that part. I don't want to beat it in. Let's move on. So yeah, so I just got takeaways, and that's it. You ready? This is what takeaways I had. So through all this stuff that we talked about, here's a couple of takeaways. One is treat other people how you want to be treated. If you're very critical of the line and you don't like what they're doing and stuff like that, you're welcome to voice your opinion about it. But if people are having fun with it, I think it's a little hypocritical for you to say, yeah, dude, I don't like when you're having fun with this. You shouldn't be able to say any of that stuff. There's a big, like I said before, there's a big difference between negativity and constructive criticism. And so if you're going to have one, you got to be able to accept the other. You know, I know a lot of people say that like about me, oh, you can't say anything negative. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that if you're going to have these conversations with people and you want to be heard, then you should be able to take back what they take in. Sorry, all these notifications. You should be able to take in what they're saying, just like they're open to take in what you're saying as well. Good? Yeah, good on that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Pictures, videos. Wait till a bunch of people get this stuff if you can't wait till you get it in hand. I mean, because obviously through this whole thing, we've all seen that. These things don't look the way you think they look. You have different lighting. You have different people messing around with it. So maybe we can all just hold off on the pre-adjudulation until maybe a couple of other people get the figure or you get it in hand. Yeah, and if you enjoy talking about something, please do it more. So it counterbalances things.
Yeah.
You know? Much of that shit. And then what was the last one? That was it. Oh yeah. And support content creators, man. I'm telling you, they're out there and they're doing us a service. You should support them. If you enjoy what they're doing, and if you don't, then that's totally cool. But they save us a lot of money sometimes. That's it. What do you guys have takeaways? Anything? Takeaways? No. No, CC. No takeaways.
No, I think we covered it all, man. I think we hit it.
Don't worry. We'll never talk about this again. Relax this.
At least not in this form. We won't talk about it with Batman again, but I can almost guarantee we'll be talking about it.
Mr. Freeze.
It's going to be. We're going to be talking about it.
Mr. Freeze, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, man.
Morbius.
Yeah.
What was the other one? I was telling somebody they were making a joke and they were like, "Well, at least we don't have to listen to people complain about this stuff anymore." And I was like, "Oh, there's still other ones."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Was it Mr. Freeze?" Oh, Mr. Freeze, Morbius, Leatherface, Destro, Justice League. Those are kind of like higher windows right now. I think they're 2+ years or close to 2.
When's
So,
Doctor Doom coming?
When's what?
Doctor Doom.
That,
When's he slotted? June?
that still has its regular thing.
Storm Shadow?
No, that's this year.
I know.
Allegedly, we will be getting most of the Joes this year. You know, you could pretty much have that whole set. I know that somebody said that they mentioned that. They were like, "There's 5 of them. We don't even have one in hand, but you still have those other ones, and they're all still slotted to go."
Did we pre-order
this year.
Firefly yet?
No.
Okay, we just saw pictures of it, right?
Yeah, they did the reveal, like the second reveal for it. You remember they showed the tease and then they did the reveal. And people were like, "Ah, you just showed the same thing."
No, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that Storm Shadow looked good.
Yeah, Petrified, remember?
It's Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. I got him for free from Mezco points.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because I'm really wanting to see the difference between the two. You know what I mean? Is that wording still up?
Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah, I checked today. All of these have the same dates. This is going to be coming out soon. This is going to be a big red hole in my pocket.
Oh yeah, you got 6 of those, right?
I'm getting raped on that, bro. I forgot how many. I think it's like 4 or 5 of them. This, like Destro. So March, May. Let's see. Yeah, all the Leatherface. I'm really looking forward to that one. Roadblock. Some sort of talking about Joe's.
He looks
June,
awesome.
August. Yeah, man, he's gonna be badass, bro.
So you guys are gonna laugh at me, and I usually do order a couple, certain figures. I accidentally ordered 2 of Destro, and I paid for it. So I got an extra Destro. If somebody's when I get it in hand, I'll take care of somebody at cost.
Nice.
Positive people only, of course.
That's what I'm doing. I'm taking these 5 and I'm gonna put them in there, and then I have a list of guys that I saw in the group that actually missed out on it. Actually missed out on it, and I put them on the list. You know, they're like, "Oh," like some of them, like, "I missed my pre-order" or something like that. Watch how many people put, "Oh, I missed my pre-order." Yeah, I cut it off today. I was like, I went through all the comments and I looked and I found like 4 or 5 people, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll put them on there." But watch how many like that. Yeah. So yeah, all the Joe stuff's coming out today. So anyway, play party time! Yay! Play party, Vaporoni. I didn't even open it. You guys ready?
The San Francisco treat.
Vaporoni. Good show. See, I told you we could have this conversation. You guys got your stuff? I didn't even open mine yet.
Took the plastic off just to save time, but this is as far as I got.
I let Sawyer open his yesterday, as you guys know. So
the box looks really good. I like the shoe boxes. Hoodlums.
Sawyer kept the box. I told you that, yesterday. Pulled out all the inserts, threw those in the trash, and kept the box. Put all his stuff in there.
Oh, this is my good one. I can't do that one. So did you get the juniors?
Yeah, they're in his room somewhere already. They're gone. Exclusively, buddy.
I'm glad we did this show because I haven't had time to open up anything or do anything. So, thank you guys. Well, you know, I like being in here. Like today, there was just so much stuff. Oh, this is the wrong one.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, is that the Justice League pack right there?
No, this is Ghost Rider.
Fantastic Four.
No, this is Snake Eyes and Destro, and just gave them all.
Firefly, even though he's not out yet.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'll be contacting Mezco. I ordered 2 of those. I only got 1.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so good thing we did this live on camera, right? Here's my box. You guys saw me open it. So I'll contact Mezco and say, hey, I didn't get my second one. All right.
We got
I
your
know
back.
that's not.
I'll call Kevin.
I know.
You know what it was? It was a comment you made about Kevin in our chat where I told you he's going to find out.
Yeah, Kevin.
The sweet man.
So, favorite accessory. What do you guys got for this guy? Because I haven't opened, so I need to know what to go to first. Do I need to go to the dessert aisle first or the...
Well, my first impression is the body of this guy is incredible.
Yo, this is... Where's my Mezid at?
Can't see you behind all your packages.
My wall of...
Better elbow than that one. All right. That's pretty nice.
Right?
I'm going straight to the body first.
That's awesome.
Do you guys keep your bubble wrap?
No.
I do. I always got to send it out. I can't believe they only sent me 1. Kevin, I'm going to have...
Hey, come on now. Maybe you should send him a Christmas card. Just saying.
I'll send him a 5-knuckle shuffle.
I know.
That's pretty cool. I like the flock too. That feels nice.
Is the mustache flocked? Say other phono. Is the mustache flocked or no?
Feels very Ron Jeremy.
Oh, God, yeah. Always smells so good. Jackie Vaporoni.
So many expressions.
Mm-hmm. So, I know this is kind of like out of left field.
The mustache is the same as the hair.
The drapes match the upholstery.
It does.
Hold on. I got to read the product care sheet before I mess with this thing. Just kidding.
Oh, shit.
So,
touch mustache.
So, really quick about this figure. I know it was out of left field, and they did this one in this time era. And I know we all thought that they were probably going to do another character from the line.
Mm-hmm.
If they did another character modern age, and then would you guys be okay if they did another character from that group in this time frame? Or no?
Yeah.
If they did a Hoodlums and they did one of the other characters.
Oh.
In this time frame, would you be good with it?
Yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Oh, look at these little TWAs, little teeny weeny afro.
Good.
Look at his suspenders. Wow.
The bat is really great.
Jean-Claude Van Damme test. I'm going to do that from now on. The Jean-Claude Van Damme test.
Canned goods, cigars.
It's chewing tobacco.
Nailed it. Woo. So, dude, I think that's a good test because not only it tests your range, but then also it tests the materials of the pants. Because, man, what was that one that they just had that came out?
Is there anything supposed to be in this one? You guys got
Hold
anything?
on. Which one? Underneath the balls? Underneath the balls?
Balls. Right under the
Under
right
the-
ball. Is there anything
I
there?
don't have anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
You're good.
The streak is still alive.
Yeah. Oh, that's who it was. Adder. You know, Adder, like those pants. I like it. It was kind of cool, but you can't do this with Adder. So that's kind of cool. Like, nice little test. I like his eye. How it's a different color. Very stylized. I like it. Fuck you. Little kick.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that video game. Remember Kung Fu? He's like, "Watu, watu, 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 watu." You ever play that? And he did the jump kick and he was like, jump, jump.
Heterochromia.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is badass. All right, let me look through this shit.
Pretty cool. Just be to get another picture.
Hands, head. What gave it away? The trash stash.
If anybody's selling their pigeons, let me know. I need a gang of
So did you say your favorite accessory? Did you say? What was it?
I like this soft goods hat.
The hat? Oh, I'm not there yet. Let me get to these faces.
I like the stick. I think is my favorite part.
The walking stick.
The walking stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pain and snowballs that I get.
What'd you think about the color? Like, because they went with a different color? Were you guys cool with that?
Is that about? The green?
Yeah, because it wasn't the blue, you know?
I thought it was really cool. I don't know. This is one of those figures that initially, upon first announcement, this guy got a lot of heat.
Yeah, he did, but then everybody was looking for him. Especially after this pack. I'm gonna open that. I can't wait to do that. All right, let me get to that. What did you say? The hat?
Yeah, the flannel hat. That hat is awesome.
Pigeon. I don't need this.
Soft.
Go ahead and see if Oscar likes pigeons.
No, it's Fauna. She'll grab it. So the hat doesn't come off of the pigeon, huh? No. Real quick, will it fit?
Yes.
Yeah, I say so. I say so.
This guy is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Look at that little tiny hat. Oh, that's for the little single guy with his porn stash.
Yeah.
Oh, if you got the first tap in, you can't do the second one. You can't do the second one. It's only going to be people that didn't get it before. So you have the list, right? Dude, this thing has some. Yo, this has weight. Did you hear that? That has weight. Listen. Wow.
I got
You can.
the page. I sent it to you on Facebook message.
Yeah, okay, hold on a sec. So who we have here is hold please. Where are you at? Sid Vicious, Minis, Andres, David, and Monty. You guys are out on this one. So first is Husky. You're first. Husky is first. I got Husky. You're one.
Jackson is 2.
Jackson, you're number 2.
Moonshine. You want me to send you the list page again?
I have the one that you have from 4. Jackson's 2. Hold on a second.
That's great.
Don't distract me. Hold on a second.
Took a lot of personality in the character. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody I had to.
2 is Jackson.
Ooh.
3 is Moonshine. Moonshine Mel. I gotta remember to write all of it because if I don't, then I'm like, who the hell's Moonshine? Let's see. Moonshine. Andres, you already have one, so you can't. That's out. Yep. No worries, man. No worries. Appreciate it.
More. Come on. Nobody wants to win.
Did you get me? Did I tap in?
I'm trying to be fair. What's feedback? Someone's got feedback.
It's not me this time.
Who is it? It's time to play the game.
Boba,
You can't tap in, Cory.
Come on now. All right, I got Boba. The next one.
Boba?
Boba's number
Did
4.
Did Boba even get this? Did Boba even get this figure? It doesn't matter. Boba, you're in. This is for the Batman 89 opportunity. Make sure I say that. It's not a free figure. What it is because everybody says that this is harder to get.
Boba's here?
Yeah. He made it, yeah.
Tonight.
He built 2 dice tonight, so he's a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever tell us what he built for Batman 89? I haven't seen anything yet.
I don't know. 5th slot is still open for anybody that wants it. Remember, this is going to be for the Batman 89. This just gives you a chance to get it just at cost and shipping since it's so hard to get. Who is that? Hello? It's Cory's mic.
Me?
No, it's not. No, wait a minute. Hello? Hello? It's MC's mic. Yeah, it's your mic.
Ah! I told you it wasn't me.
Yeah, it's you. Testing 1, 2, 3.
What's it doing?
You're good now. It's not doing it anymore. Maybe what you had in front of it. 5th slot is still open. I would tap in, but give it to somebody else. Sounds good. You're in. Joey has the last slot. Congratulations, you 5. Remember, this is for Batman 89. It's not free. You'll have the option to. You guys will be in week number 2. But so that's closed out now. But what it is there's a guy. He has 2 Batman
pictures,
and you can have it for retail and shipping to you. Just the opportunity to do that. I wish it was a giveaway, but he just wanted to make sure he gave the opportunity. So remember, you'll have a chance. If you don't want it and you win, it'll just go down to the next person.
Yeah.
All right.
Quite generous of you, sir.
Well, they're paying for it, so
it's a hot item right now. You sure you don't want to flip it?
No, I don't ever do that stuff.
$275 on eBay.
Are you serious?
I don't know. That's just what MC was saying earlier. They're going pretty high on eBay.
Yeah, like $250, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
These boots
Paige in the future. Paige in the future. Look at that. That's what you need, Paige. All right, so we'll play party. All right, we got 5 more minutes for play party. I like the thing, all the details on the suitcase. I'm looking forward to when they release Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Mm-hmm. What are these? Oh, they're cigars, and I just lost one. No, there's the one.
Oh, you know what's going to happen to that one? Cigars and lighters in your house don't stand a chance.
I can't believe your dogs smoke. That's so crazy.
They do. Look at that. I got it. I like the little can too, man. That's got lots of detail. Look at that knife, bro.
A chewing tobacco can? Yeah.
No, this one is oh yeah, it is a chewing. It's a tough stuff chewing tobacco can. They put like a little bit of like weathering on it and then some rips on it. That is so cool, bro. So what was up with the somebody said something about the balls?
I think somebody said they felt like real spongy or something.
The balls are too soft.
What?
Mine.
The balls.
Children.
Said no one ever?
Oh, it is. It's like it feels like a little tennis ball. Okay, I got it. I've always been a fan of these goggles, man. Those are cool. Somebody bought you know that new figure that came out? It's the replica of, or it's supposed to be, what's his name? Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, somebody put that mask on.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, they put the mask on Vapor, and it looks on this one. It looks badass, man. It looks like a psycho, and they put like the apron from. I wish I could remember who it was. I think it was. I just talked to him the other day, but it was a new conversation. Look at that! That little mustache is fat. I'm listening.
Did you guys read the back of the box? Like it gives like his rap sheet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like a mugshot.
Crown Reformatory. Jackie Vaporoni. Bad attitude. 2 years at Crown Reformatory. 3 years. It's a hard night. Green. Complex.
Burner still your favorite?
148. Do you like this version better, Burner, or what you call it? This one, Burner, or the regular version better?
Oof.
What do you think?
Damn.
Don't do it, minis. Don't do it. I do have one.
You can always sell it at cost. Worst case scenario, if you open it, you don't like it, you can always sell it at cost. Get your money back. Don't cancel.
Yeah, or keep it and use it for trade. And I've been seeing a lot of people do that stuff. Yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, I like them all. Like honestly, it's hard to pick one. I mean, obviously this one has that new factor to it, but just they're so obviously the Burner and the original are just different colors. You know, they have the same accessories, just black and whites, but different shirt on Burner.
You're right. I do like this hat.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's made of soft goods. It's so
like
cool. It's not plastic. Yeah, but it's not plastic. Like, so it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is cool. Yeah. It's so intricate.
Like it's like you can mold it around the head a little bit better. Change the look to it. What's your favorite accessory, Cory? The stick for stickball?
I think so.
I like how they gripped the handle on it, like the.
Like they taped it.
Black tape. They just taped the stick. Yeah, very
like the grip.
Ooh, God.
Very authentic.
You smell that sweater?
No.
I'm gonna have to Febreze this bad boy.
You got it from a smoker?
No, smell it. It's got that factory smell to it. You smell it?
Not yet. I guess I will.
Come on, take a whiff on camera.
Just take a puff. Is this got the Batman 89 powder in it? Whoa.
It smells bad, doesn't it?
It almost smells like smelling salts, kind of like that.
Ooh.
Do you smell it, Cory?
Come on, man, take a whiff. It's very like it came from the factory. Like,
just do it.
Oh no, we shouldn't have done that. Oh no, here we go. I can see it now.
Huffing.
No, people are gonna. That sweater stinks. This thing has been out for a while. Ooh man, I'm gonna have to Febreze that bad boy. It loses it once it takes it out of there. Ooh, I like the way it feels. Wow. Did you feel the material?
No, because I couldn't get past the smell. But I will.
Oh, okay. It dissipates. Just feel the texture of the sweater, man. It's wow. It's got cuffs and stuff too. Wow, man. There are. Do you guys think there was enough accessories with this? Opening this up, I can kind of see why now. I think they put some extra TLC in some of these soft good items. This isn't like your like single ply. You know how like some of the suits and stuff like that. Sorry about the comment. You know how some of the suits are a little bit like they maybe give you like one layer and it's kind of like that thin material.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like, yeah, man, this feels good. Look at that. You see?
It does feel good, yeah.
It does, man. This is pretty
It's
nice.
quality.
Cece's like, I'm not opening this bad boy up. Smell it. Come on, Cece. You're the only one that hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Take a whiff. Come on, huff it. Huff it.
Come on, if we all got to go smelling like we were somewhere we don't belong, you got to.
Yeah, come on, man. Make sure you wash your fingers.
Yeah. Where you been?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Do you? Come on, do you have it? Open it, man. Do it seriously. Come on. It'll be fun.
Just give it a little.
Smell the sweaters. Huff the sweater a little bit. Smells like victory.
Peer pressure, something.
Yeah, I gotta close that up.
I think I like all the accessories that came with the first two vapors, but I just like the style of this one. You know, he's got
That,
like,
that first one will always have a special place in my heart, man.
dude,
What's his reaction? Let's see his reaction.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's this thunder tank doing in here? People in the chat, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight, listening, watching us huff sweaters.
Cory's giving it a peer pressure.
Here it goes. I know, man. I'm telling you right now. Todd's gonna go in the group and say they're trying to poison us. Oh, look at that. Breaking news. I need a banner that does that. Breaking news. The ramen rice racer car pre-order should be up in the next couple of days. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Oh,
there we go.
It's like the hot ones. He just sniffed it and it's hot ones. He just took it and was like, yeah, it's just nothing. This is nothing. Oh, wow.
It's not bad.
10, 9, 8, 7. You have your own Vaporoni mustache with the sweater.
The ladies say he can breathe through his ears.
Ooh.
Oh man. This
Yeah, so I'm down
to it. Very Cosby sweater like.
Yeah.
Does it come with a little
little
something
bag
to drink?
Yeah, a little bag of Rooflin. Yeah, vintage sweater smell. I'm looking forward to this too, man. Like Gotham by Gaslight has gone in and out of pre-order stats. I hope they don't have the similar glitch. Yeah, that's a lesson learned for this too, man. Like as soon as I tell people all the time, that's the reason why I put those charging notifications out and stuff like that. It's not only get you ready, but the next day so you can keep your eye on it. And if something happens, that way you can jump on it as soon as possible. You know, it just kind of saves time. Minis. I never swelled the sweater.
If only there was a place you could go to stay up to date on that type of information.
I remember watching to see how Batman goes. I really want to jump on. Yeah. So that's another thing too. We talked about how that 89 Batman, you know, like they're invested because they're using that seamless body for the Godzilla too. So, dude, I'm telling you, I think I said it before. I think that's the future, man. I think that they're going to be utilizing that more. That figure, I didn't even, you know, I just messed with it on camera right now with you guys. But I'm actually, I like it a lot. I want to have some one-on-one time with it alone. But you know what I mean? Like to see, but I wouldn't mind if they did other figures like that.
You got a hold of, dude.
We had to have a break. Sweater diving. He's known for that. The best sweater diver in the Midwest.
Dude, this is nice. I want to play with this, but I told myself I was going to try to cut this short. Not too long, but dude, thank you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Dude, he's suspended.
Quick impressions. What do you guys think overall with this? What do you got? CC, what do you got?
Once again, I think what always amazes me about this figure is just the personality, like the impressions and the. I should say the expression, not the expression. The expression, everything that comes with it, are just fantastic. It makes me want to go dig out my Union Gomez. I seem like pair well together.
They would be
man, they would pair up pretty well. Yeah. I like the animated kind of like look with it, you know, like it's kind of, it reminds me of like the old Popeye cartoons.
Yeah.
You know how it's kind of simple, but there's still little things that indicate poverty. You're like looking at this thing like he's got patches.
Hoodlum to go with this guy soon?
You said what?
Think we'll get another hoodlum to go with this guy soon?
Man, I really hope they do. I hope they do a modern. I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to get a variant of this because Adder, we talked about that before, but usually if you get one Rumble Society character, you're going to get a variant. So I'm wondering if we'll get a variant of this, like Atticus. So that would just mean you're kind of doubling up on accessories or what? Soft good looks that you could probably interchange the two. I've seen people taking parts from Atticus, the Necroverse, and putting it on this one. And it looks good, you know, like the hat. And I told people, you gotta look past some of this stuff, like how these figures, they're compatible within their own line. But you can get multiple looks, but I guess that would depend on if you bought all of them. It's kind of like a reward system. You know what I mean?
You know who else he'd go good with is Sod Cutter. Working out in the graveyard with him.
I saw somebody do a photo of that. Like he's like his little crony.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, good one, Ty. Yeah, they had those. Everybody, when they were doing the promo, everybody was asking about those skulls that were kind of like looking around.
Yeah, you got to do a PSC vintage or whatever you would want to call those, Victorian PSC, or I don't know what you would consider that.
Yeah, like a pack, like a 3-pack of them.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. This guy's good. It's another hit, another home run. Add it to the list.
What kind of accessories would you guys like to see with those Victorian pink skulls?
I was trying to pull it up for us right now to see
nice
what they had.
Like all of the accessories that you got with the modern, and then just gave you like a vintage version of it. You know, you can still do the bat and the Molotov, but just make it, an older style.
Yeah, so see, look at like here, if this is real, if it's real, right?
Yeah.
Like look at the suit, and you have the tie and the hat. There you go. This is a better one.
That's an instant buy. Easy.
Yeah, and they're good with the skull stuff. You know what I mean? Like they like that, but like look, so you have the hat.
Give them like a blackjack, you know that old club that they had? They're called blackjacks.
Mm-hmm.
Knock people out with.
I like that vest. This vest, whatever it is, / tie thing, whatever they got.
Oh, yeah.
Will it let you zoom in? Nope, didn't want to do that. Oh, come on. Stupid sensitive mouse. Oh, that's how you do it. Here you go. Tell me if it's going in there.
What did you say?
Tell me if it's going in there.
MC,
like if it's zooming in. Everybody's like, you're ADD. All right, so look, see, like you got the vest. It looks like a vest, and then kind of like a tie, but like a slim tie.
Looks like it's a double tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a vest and a tie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just man, if that thing falls off, people are gonna be like, how the hell do I do this? They'll be watching YouTube videos on Victorian tie techniques.
That tie looks like it's made like the tie that you get with the Gotham by Gaslight Joker.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
It's just like it's a double version of it. They got to make those. It'd be like printing money. I don't know how they would not do it.
Yeah, I was trying.
Everybody loves the skulls, like
printing money.
Sometimes.
Kyoto said in the comments they need to do like a white skull and a Keystone Cop.
Oh, like bring them back?
Yeah.
They would bring him back. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's like an ascot. All right. Yeah, this is cool. I would definitely do it. I don't know how deep I would go. Scott. Dude, this is good. Therapy. Now we'll get off and everything will be right with the world. Everybody will be having fun and enjoying stuff and they'll take these life lessons and everything will be great. Right? Right.
I believe so.
Oh, good to see you, man.
For about 10 minutes.
No, that's the outfit of the bomb. X outfit mock-up. Yeah, that's true too, Joe. Yeah, I like, man. I'm looking forward to that Bartholomew X. That's gonna be cool. I'm trying to see that. That's pretty much it for the comments. Thank you. Hey, thanks MC for shooting me the names. Thank you. Yeah. Gotta open these, man. And I'm looking forward to this. These little guys. I saw people taking pictures of these guys. It is, man. It's cool. I know we only did like a couple minutes, but I really liked it.
Mini Vex hasn't been up for pre-order yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, she said she didn't order it. I'm just telling her she didn't. It hasn't gone up yet.
Relaxes. Some people need 2 tablets. QID. MC, that's what I'm talking about. All right, good. Any closing thoughts, comments, remarks, or anything like that for these guys? You guys, anything?
Remember, they're just toys. Have fun.
They are, man.
Wait till they get it in hand.
Yeah. Yep. Double down on that. And also thank you everybody for stopping by. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, talking shop, toys, and everything. Can we do another play party? Oh. Well, I know we talked about it tonight. Is an 89 play party out of the question or no? We're not going to be talking about like stuff like this. We just be doing a play party. Are we good?
I should have it by Wednesday next week.
I better have it.
Okay.
I'll keep you up. You guys will know when I get
it. If I don't, I'll never buy another Mezco.
Boba wants to move down here. Boba, you can be a dio builder down here, dude.
Yeah, you can. They're in demand, I've heard. You can find a job in Florida. Thank you. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for joining us.
Real question.
I keep trying to say.
You're a sprinkler.
And so what happened?
I said, can Boba repair a sprinkler? That seems to be what's really in demand down in the Florida area.
Yeah, laying pipe and sprinklers and all that stuff. You got to keep things moist.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's in the military as well.
Dries out fast.
Vincent Vargas. Oh, thank you, man. I'll watch that. I watched some of his other ones. I watched the one with Shia LaBeouf, and he did another one where he was talking to. I'm wondering if that's the one that you're talking about. He was talking to this father and son, and how he had this influence on him, and when he had kids and stuff like that. But I'll definitely check that out. What is it? Interview with Vincent Vargas. Vincent, let me put that down right now. Thank you, man. Yeah, Bernthal was cool, bro. He was down to earth. It was nice to meet some of those guys and know that they weren't all high and mighty. Did I tell you about Hayden? What's his name?
His name is
Hayden
Annie.
Annie? Have I told you about Annie?
Was he there?
He was there. Chevy Chase and Rosario Dawson kind of had their own private area.
Rosario Dawson, you say?
Yeah, she was there. She was cool too.
Champagne room for Rosario.
Oh no, she's nice, man. She's really nice. I could see why. She has a really good personality, man. Very nice, bubbly. But it's almost like when she talks to you, it's almost like you guys are friends, even if you just met her. I was like, wow.
Speak to her?
Yeah.
How did you not lead off the show with that?
You don't want to come off as like, I did this, this, and this, and this. I was just like, yeah.
I would have.
But yeah. So
I would have about it.
No. I should have started off with Katie Sack. You would have been like, what?
Man. Yeah.
Dolls. You remember that? She was in Pitch Black. It wasn't Pitch Black, it was Riddick. She was in Riddick. Dolls.
Yes.
Got to go balls deep in dolls. Huh?
I remember Rosario Dawson in Kids.
Oh, dang it. Really quick. So, what's his name? Annie.
Hayden.
So, yeah, he was doing signatures, but it was a lot of money. Don't quote me on this. So, let's just say the baseline was like $200, right? He had stipulations on his where he would sign it, but if he put the word Vader in anything, it was an extra $50. He had a word count. You couldn't go over. So it was something like 8 words, and then it increased an extra $200. Yeah, if you had him sign a helmet, it was, remember, don't quote me on the prices. If you had a helmet, it was an extra $50 or something like that. So one guy was telling me he had all this stuff. He spent over like $600. But it was more personal. You got to sit down and talk with him and stuff like that, and then you did your picture. But he said he had tier pricing.
$600.
He said he spent $600. He got a helmet signed. He had a picture with him, and I think that there was like an actual, hey, this is Annie, we're fighting, and then he had, a picture where he signed with him, and I was like $600. I was like, wow. Yeah, man, those guys. You saw that picture of the line, right?
Katie Sackhoff, on the other hand.
No, but you saw that picture, right? You remember the picture that I showed you? So, like, that picture, I was sitting there, you know me, and sometimes it's like numbers and everything. I was looking at it. I got really lucky. I was only in line for like 10 minutes. And so, but when I sat there and I didn't stand in line with the rest of the people, but I did take a picture of it. No, I didn't stand with the pores. Is that what they say? The pores? That's another word, man. That's another word. I was like, man, that's so degrading when you call people that.
Yeah.
I see that in the groups all the time, the pores. I'm like, no, but I took a picture because I wanted to show like the fan base and how these guys are like, it's an important event for some people and stuff like that. But when is my screen showing? Hopefully not. Okay, good. So I was only in there for like 10 minutes, but when I was looking, me, numbers nerd and shit, I'm looking and I saw like 10 or 12 people already leave when I was getting mine, right? And then I looked at the line. I can guarantee you at one time there was always at least 50 or 60 people in line, and that was for hours.
For Annie?
For him, anybody.
Jesus. How much money
those anime guys. There's one guy, I forget his name. It was like something Lee, and he does a bunch of characters. His line never got out of queue. You know what I mean? Like it was always full. But those guys, they were charging an average between $60 and $80. And I was sitting there looking at them, and I'm like, there's 50 people here. $50 times 80. Wow. Yeah. And I was only there for 10 minutes. Remember, this is all day. That line that you saw, that was all day. All day. And I was sitting there thinking, oh, no wonder why they do these conventions. Some of them were only cash.
Unbelievable. It looked busier than last year because you sent photos and stuff and we talked about that. It looked a lot busier than we were there, and last year was crazy busy. Like that's one of the reasons why I didn't even take Sawyer back this year, because it was insane.
Saturday was nuts, man, and I'm telling you, it was so busy. It was so busy. All right, we'll end off on this with that. So you see? Oh, I think you can probably see it here. Like, look. So I mean, look.
There's Anakin right there.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, there you go. There's some of them. Like they had this guy down here. That's where like Sam Raimi was, and to the left, I think that's where all the Scream people were.
Rosario.
Oh yeah. Did you do that?
Rosario Dawson was down here with Chevy Chase. That's the booth down there.
Yes.
I heard Chevy Chase is not really nice in real life. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Yeah, I just had a quick thing with him. This is the other side. That's not it.
It's frightening.
Oh yeah. So see here, right here. So you had Matthew Lillard, Ralph Macchio. These are all the guys from Cobra Kai. So you had Johnny. You had the what you call it, the sensei guy, and then down here were the kids.
Look at all those
But-
people.
Yeah, man. All of that, all day Saturday, it looked like that all day.
How was the hygiene?
Oh.
What's your stories about conventions and hygiene? Is that true?
no, it's true.
Man, yeah. Oh, here you go. Look, Kingpin. That's what his line. There's Charlie Cox. Steve Burns, Blue's Clues. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was there, dude. Look at the line. Look at the line, though. That's his line. Yeah, so yeah, the hygiene, like you said, it's true. It's like you got to think some of these guys. I'm surprised it's not here, but some of these guys are wearing costumes and they're wearing them for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
How was the parking this year? Last year was terrible. Just even getting, remember it was like took me and Sawyer an hour to go 5 miles down the road.
They had prepaid parking, so it alleviated it a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So you prepaid it. It sold out whatever day you went, but at least when you went up, I think it took me like 5 minutes. It was much more organized. I'm good for life.
Mm-hmm. Did you meet Shamik Moore?
No. When I went there, he wasn't there.
Okay.
The first time I went, and then I think the character is cool, but I didn't know enough. I don't want to look like the ass and walk up to him and say, "Hey,
Like in
Miles."
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I don't like saying something that 100 other people have probably already said.
Yeah.
So I didn't have like this connection with him. I mean, I know the movie, but I was just like, it's not something I could just say.
Yeah, what are you gonna take here? The Sentinel Spider-Man to have him sign it?
What was your opening line with Rosario Dawson?
Do you come here often?
Yeah.
She was cool, dude. She just talked. Like you walked up and you like, hey, how you doing? Hi, how are you? I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Loved you in Clerks.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Like when she did that thing in there? She was like in the not the black and white version, the newer version.
She was in the sequel.
Yeah.
Clerks 2.
Yeah, but dude, she had a line out the ass, man. It was not like that. There were plenty of people looking to get a signature from her. He was Raekwon in the Wu-Tang, and he's Shaolin Fast. Shamik Morris? Oh, wow.
Really?
I didn't know that. Morris, yeah. I cannot do Pandemic. I don't know why. Yeah, this kind of. So next year, if you go MC, I would highly recommend doing the parking thing, and I'm pretty sure like the lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to get through all that stuff pretty easy.
I'm sure even the Uber surcharge is stupid to just Uber there.
I'll give you a ride. Like we can just meet up at the house and all. But the thing is they have it where you can't leave.
Yeah. Once you're gone, you're done.
Yeah. So this is all green talk. All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys, and I appreciate obviously you two for coming on and beating this dead horse. No more. It's official. No more. Timestamp it. No more. Play party, and that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, good. But thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate you guys. I don't want to have hands, but appreciate everyone that stopped in. If you watched live, I really appreciate you. Congratulations to the people that actually got the entries in. Remember, that's just going to be for Batman 89. That's giving you the option to get it at retail because I guess this is a hot item and people are charging quite a bit. So if you don't want that opportunity once you win, just tell me. We'll pass it on to the next person.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to sit in that thing anyway. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. And what was the last thing I was going to say? I can't remember. Whatever. That's it. Adios.